It's May 14th in America. There's a Clint with a K. So this week, in films and comics and what have you, things that we think are cool, because that's all we give a shit about.
Yeah, I love what have you. That's my favorite.
I love what I give a shit about. And yesterday, Zack Snyder was kind enough to bestow on us a new photo of Batfleck, of Ben Affleck finally in full Batman regalia.
Is that official?
Yeah, that's
official.
Yeah, that's Zack Snyder. No, that's Zack Snyder saying, "Here you go." It's just because it's whatever. Because it's gonna be another 2 fucking years before the movie. So anyway, the new bat suit though. What do you think of Batfleck? What do you think of the symbol? What do you think of
I gotta see it in motion, man, because it looks like they're really going for that Dark Knight thing with it. The Dark Knight Returns.
Right.
With the short ears.
The Frank Miller.
Which those are always bad at first until you start looking at it and you really see the way it moves and the cape and everything, and then you might get into it and be more like, it's badass Batman. It's like Marv the Batman.
I like it. Like, honestly, the big ass fat symbol on his chest is very a la Adam West, which I love. Because say what you will about Batman 66 or whatever, I haven't read any of the comics, but I watch the Burt Ward Adam West movie on a regular basis.
Do you?
Yeah, dude. Look, it's right there.
Sometimes
right there
you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Here, look. See how?
There you go.
There is it's sort of fat. That's what she said, but that's the we have something to that effect on his chest, but it's fatter. It's much longer, like a penis. But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I get you.
But seriously, I like the short ears, dude. It's they made it kind of like a biker helmet style, like bullet head. Like it's protecting his head. That's why he wouldn't have because just think about it. Realistically, if you had these big antennas sticking out of your fucking head while you're trying to whoop somebody's ass ninja style.
Yeah, but he had them big ears and he's just like, I'm the Batman.
Well, George Clooney was Batman.
George Clooney was the best Batman. And
George Clooney was a great Gecko brother.
I like the way that when George Clooney was Batman, I like the way that he was still George Clooney no matter what happened. It's kind of like Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Yeah,
except miscast.
That's why they call it Cloontang.
He had Stacy Keibler and he left it. What the hell? That's crazy.
Moving on.
Stacy Keibler. No, did you ever see her enter a ring? Stacy Keibler.
Many, many times.
Oh my god. I'm normally like a boobs person.
To Stacy Keibler.
I'm a boob person, but she made me a leg person.
So, Amazing Spider-Man 2 hit the theaters here recently. The #1 movie in America. We can't prove that, but we get our facts from a crystal ball.
It's already been dethroned, I thought.
Well, whatever. The
That's
#1
pretty bad
album
for
right
a summer
now
movie
is,
that stars Spider-Man to not carry like 3 or 4 weeks.
But anyway, Amazing Spider-Man 2. As a movie, it was like great television.
Awesome.
Like as a movie, it was cool. Story had some holes. I'm not going to rip it apart. This isn't going to be all about Spider-Man 2, but Electro... First of all, Electro didn't get bit by electric eels. Like, they totally were like, okay, so Amazing Spider-Man, he gets bit by radioactive spiders. Well, Electro got bit by radioactive eels.
Didn't you tell me that's what they did in the Ultimate Universe, though?
It wasn't electric eels. Like, in the Ultimate Universe, I believe that he was... I know that he was a friend of Peter Parker's in college. Him and Max Dillon they weren't roommates. They might have been, I don't know, but they were like, classmates or whatever in college. Max Dillon heard about Spider-Man, whatever, radioactive, this and that. He's doing an electronic, experiment, and he gets sucked into the light socket and disappears for like days or whatever. And then he reappears days later as a being of pure energy. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, like Max Dillon disappeared, been missing for 4 days, don't know where he is, Amber Alert and shit. And then all of a sudden, Max Dillon seen in Times Square as a being of fucking light. You know what I mean, or whatever. And you know, he didn't get bit by electric fucking eels.
That was the Ultimates, or
Yeah, no, that was the Ultimates. The original Electro, the guy in the fucking big jester mask and shit. I don't know how he got his powers. I guess, you know,
I think they would have been better to go with that than the Ultimates, because I think it's more realistic to allow the fact that people you don't know, like you get superpowers. You're the only person in the world to get spider superpowers.
Maybe the
next
Electro
person to
got
get
bit by electric
superpowers
eels.
is somebody you know.
Google that shit right now and turn the show off.
It's not about proving you wrong. What I'm saying is, like, to me, it doesn't make sense that everybody you know got superpowers and became a villain.
Right.
Like, it makes more sense that somebody you don't know got superpowers and became a villain.
Right.
And so I would rather them follow up with, like, the worst villain of all time, as long as this origin story involved not ever knowing Peter Parker. Like Kraven. Or something like that.
That's the thing. Electro met Spider-Man on the street. Like, Spider-Man saved Max Dillon, and that's why Electro wanted to...
Is that in the movie?
Yeah, that's in the movie. And that's why Electro wanted to get known or whatever, is because of Spider-Man. He wanted to be like Spider-Man. But he was fucking shit up.
Okay.
But it was a very convoluted point that they made about his character doing that. But that's not why I hated Electro.
The whole Spider-Man origin of this new series of movies is all about destiny, and you were born to be something.
Right, and this was total...
And whereas that totally undermines the idea of Spider-Man from the 60s, which is you were born and you so happen to get this power and you have to use it responsibly. But to be like you were bestowed with this power upon somebody that said you had to be a hero, and it's just totally different. That'd be more like Thor, or that'd be more like Superman than that'd be like Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man's more like an everyman. He's supposed to be like anybody can put yourself in Spider-Man's shoes.
Exactly. Peter
you
Parker
got his powers.
Is the ultimate everyman.
But he's the ultimate good guy, too. He never does the wrong thing or this or that. Batman always straddles the edge and try to, he's like, I'm badass, but I don't kill people. I don't like guns.
Yeah,
guns are bad. But he's I'm fucking up the night.
Right. And see, in Spider-Man, his whole reason for not killing is Gwen Stacy dying, which they touch on in this movie. And, it wasn't terrible, but it was totally one of those, like, him and Green Goblin are fighting, and Green Goblin is whipping his ass, and then, he knocks him off his glider, fight's over. Dude, Green Goblin, I really wanted to like him a lot, but I did. I mean, I really liked it, but, it basically was a foreshadowing of a Sinister Six movie. And, if Electro comes back, he'll be one, but let's not count Electro. We know Rhino's going to be in it, because the last fucking thing you see in the movie, spoiler alert, is him hitting Rhino. They don't even fight. He hits Rhino. So Rhino survives. There's going to be Rhino. There's going to be, they showed you the octopus arms, the vulture wings, and Green Goblin's there, and Oscorp is kind of like the one handing you the Sinister Six on a silver platter. So Green Goblin will be in there somewhere. Whether or not he'll be an actual member is, but let's say he is. So who are the other two going to be? Is it going to be Kraven the Hunter? Are they going to do a Scorpion armor movie? Because this movie was kind of about the Rhino armor. There was a very underlying, they watered it down so much that if you weren't as fucking analytic as some of us, you would have missed it. But the movie is kind of about the Rhino armor. So if they do a third movie about the Scorpion armor, it's an improved armor, it's lightweight, it's got this extra weapon, it's mimicking a scorpion, yada yada. They could totally do a Scorpion movie. They could completely feasibly.
We could do a whole episode right now about a Scorpion movie.
And I'm saying, let's say Vulture, Doc Ock, Rhino, we know. If Electro comes back, he's in parentheses. But Green Goblin, so is it going to be Kraven the Hunter? Because there was some Russian guy, they kind of alluded that, he's a great hunter, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, Kraven. So it could be Kraven, Scorpion, or Kraven, or Chameleon, or Jared Leto, or...
Oh, my God, Jared Leto.
Ron Perlman.
Keep pretending to play music.
No, but but I'm saying, answer me, dude. Who would if Sinister Six?
Okay, I didn't know there was a question being asked.
Yeah, like.
So what's the question?
Yeah, you think it'll be Scorpion? You think it'll be?
Who do I think it'll be, or who
Craven?
do I want it to be?
Yeah, both, all of it, all the above.
What character would I like to see in a movie?
Well, who was in the original Sinister Six too? You got to think about that too.
Well, I don't know
if they tried to
who was in the original Mysterio?
Mysterio. Suppose they did a Mysterio movie. That'd be
more interesting.
Who would play Mysterio? Keanu Reeves?
Mysterio? It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. So Star Wars Episode 7. Alright. Disney is like the kid down the street that I want to fucking kick in the neck in elementary school. Because he owns Marvel and Disney owns Star Wars.
Okay, before you get too crazy.
That's huge.
He's done a good job with Marvel so far. Like Marvel,
right?
They let the right people take the reins, and it's gone well.
I agree. Like Disney Marvel has been nothing but pure awesome, pure tits. Like Disney Marvel, and that's what I say. Now it's Disney Star Wars. Marinate on that.
I think it's good.
I hope it's fucking good.
All I know is that Star Wars Lucas has been horrible.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying.
3.
Exactly, and that's where, if you want to fucking get all technical, George Lucas has fucked us every fucking turn. Like, dude, Greedo, and I don't even need to finish that sentence, because Han shot first.
That's right. Han did shoot first. You know why?
Han's the only one that shot. God damn it.
Yeah, he's the only one that shot because he read a situation.
Because he's Han fucking Solo. Here's to Han Solo.
There you go. And this is the
most.
This is what Han Solo knows.
And that's what we pray that Disney Marvel would get back to, is Han shooting first.
The difference is whenever a comic book movie has something different than what's in the comic book, they have two separate canons.
It's a cinematic universe and the comic book universe.
That's right. So
canon is essentially whatever the fuck happens in whatever the fuck arc of the story you're telling.
The difference is the Star Wars one has always encompassed everything.
Right, and that's
like it was the
exactly
books,
like Boba
the
Fett,
movies,
yeah, right.
Everything. It
as
was
soon
all
as
together.
fucking JJ, whoever the fuck, wrote a book on Boba Fett, well now Boba Fett's a bad motherfucker who ain't nothing to fuck with when he got killed by blind Han Solo in Return of the Jedi. Just saying.
But here's the thing. Is
Boba
that the point I was trying
to make. You ain't
no
Vader, Boba Fett.
The point I was trying to make is that that the continuity is different. So J.J. Abrams took over Star Trek, and at the first movie it was awesome. It was like, this is awesome. He worked it into the actual storyline, and it's
brilliant.
A fun movie. And I never liked Star Trek to begin with. This is more like Star Wars.
Here's to Star Wars
people
forever.
Are running and shooting at people, and they don't give a
it.
shit. They're sword fighting. All this shit's going on. And then you watch the next movie he made. It was fucking boring.
They had a table read for episode 7. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, every living Star Wars person who is still alive from the original trilogy, and I mean 1, 2, or 4 through 6. I am fucking stoked about the new Star Wars 7 because anything with Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher in it gets me excited. Clint Williams.
Wow. So let me tell you something. I'm serious about my Star Wars, but I'm serious about waiting to see what it looks like when it comes out until Light of Dawn. As far as I'm concerned,
CG animation.
As far as I'm concerned, the first, the prequel trilogy is, it kind of changed the stage as at one point Star Wars was almost infallible. They had a third movie that was maybe not as good as the first two, but was still pretty good. But now they got a whole trilogy that's like bad. You're looking for reasons why it's good. And he went back in time and made the good movies suck. So
thanks, Lucas.
As far as I'm concerned, like as long as it's a good story and it's not Clone Wars, the TV show, which is okay for a TV
Darth
show.
Maul as a scorpion.
But he turns into a spider or something. But I still gotta watch the rest of that. I'm not gonna like fucking weigh down on that before I know the whole story.
So, but episode 7. What's
Episode
your
7.
on the whole?
I'm excited about it because you know what, I'm going for the first time since the first time I never saw Star Wars. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
All right, so it's the Six Pack Network, and we are Karl with a K,
And I'm Clint with a C.
and we are out of here.
Yeah, invisible guitars.